Hello everyone, I'm McKinley and this is my signature project stage 2. My signature project was on the effects of aggression in young children. Today's educators are dealing with more and more classroom behavior issues. Educators and students are not perfect. Educators often need insight on how to help control classroom behavior. New strategies and new ways are becoming better on how to help control classroom behavior. This study will include if the ABC chart is a positive insight on classroom behavior in the special education environment of aggression in young children. The problem this research study will address is poor classroom behavior. Aggression in young children is an issue in today's everyday classrooms. Teachers need to be prepared and know what steps to take to help them better their classroom and the students in it. The purpose of this research study is to determine the impact of aggression in young children on poor classroom behavior. The problem this research study will address is poor classroom behavior. Poor classroom behavior in young children could look like disruptive behavior, including defiance and/or negative behavior. There will be a statistically significant correlation between the number of aggression instances and a student's GPA scores. Impact on student achievement. Aggression in young children in the classroom has many repercussions. I believe that if a student is dealing with behavior issues, the older they get, they are also battling other issues as well. Students are impacted by their aggression by not being able to focus on the task at hand. If a student has an outburst, this can mess up their entire day by not being able to focus on school assignments. Population. The population of my study will include students of the ages 3 to 10 years of age. The students will also be in the special ed environment. Validity. One threat to the internal validity could be a change in schedule, schools being closed, a change in home life, and/or change in teachers. This could also include a substitute teacher. To control the internal validity of the observation, I will make the school day as normal and on schedule as possible. The same teacher will collect the data on the students every day. The ABC chart will be filled out by this teacher. The ABC chart is an instrument that will be used in order to collect the data needed. The ABC chart consists of blanks that will be filled in by the teacher. The blanks consist of time/location, activity the student was doing when the behavior began, the antecedent, the behavior, the consequence, and notes to include anything that was relevant. Teacher observation is also an instrument that will be used to collect the data. Here is a table that I used. Depression, anxiety, behavior disorders by age. One in 6 children ages 2 to 8 years has a mental, behavioral, or developmental disorder. The strategies include, but are not limited to, pinpointing the cause of aggression, utilizing the ABC chart, reinforcing positive behavior. Here is a copy of my ABC chart. Sampling procedures. The sample will consist of students ranging from kindergarten to 3rd grade. The students this sample will consist of being in the special ed classroom. A simple random sample will be used in the study. The research will consist of qualitative research study using the ABC chart. The ABC chart will help to identify the behavior, when the behavior is happening, and how often it is exhibited. Procedures or collection process. The students would need to be assigned a letter or number to be easily identified and to collect data. The students would carry on with their normal school schedule. The purpose for that is so that the teacher can collect data on the students in an unstructured observation. The ABC chart will be filled out and data will be collected during each instance. The data will then be reviewed. The data to be collected through teacher observation. During the teacher observation, an ABC chart will be filled out to collect data. The data will be interpreted by measuring the length of undesired behavior, the amount of times the behavior occurs, and what behaviors are observed. The data will be collected from arrival at school 7 a.m. until dismissal of school at 3 p.m. for 4 consecutive weeks. Collaborate efforts. I, the teacher, will be conducting the observations for the students. I will collaborate with my paraprofessionals and my special ed department on variables and how the study is going and what the data looks like. This will help show the growth of the student, strategies that are working and or not working for the student, and if strategies should be adjusted to improve the student or students' behaviors. The research will show how aggression in young children and affects their classroom behavior. With observing the student or students in the special ed environment, the teacher will gain insight to what was happening when the behavior occurred, the behavior that was observed, and the consequence that was given to the student. All of these variables will be able to help the teacher design a plan that will work best for the classroom and or the student. The main goal is to help educators with strategies that will work best in their classroom and for their student or students. Ethical considerations. These are the 2 documents that I drafted up for this study. The first document is to send home to the parents to get permission for their student to be in on the research study. And then the second document is for the superintendent and for my school principal I'm asking permission to conduct the research study, what it's about, etc. Data. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, I was unable to collect my research. If I was able to conduct my research, I would have used the ABC chart and collected data from the categories listed. This would have allowed me to pinpoint if the behavior was happening at a certain time or place during the day, or if something occurred each time before the behavior started. Then I could have started to work on helping eliminate whatever factors that may have been able to help the student. Reflection. I believe if I could have changed anything, it would have been to conduct my research with a group of students and been able to test my research. I believe that I could have added additional research on what strategies to continue with after completing the data on the ABC chart to follow up with. Here are my references.